Hello guys, you're welcome. This is Obi. Happy Sunday guys. I hope your week has been good, has been fantastic. I actually took my yesterday Saturday to rest, and I rested quite a bit, and I would like to show us how to make this beautiful gorgeous chicken and beef stew that I shared in my shorts yesterday. So thank you so much for tuning in. So in a separate bowl I have some onions, some Guajillo Chili pods which I've soaked and washed already, and some Scotch bonnet peppers. I'll put this together, put them into a blender. Add just a drop of water or some water and blend. When it turns to a puree, we pour it out into a bowl. Using the same blender, I'll then put in the red bell peppers and the tomatoes to blend also, as well as some cloves of garlic. Add in some water again to help with the blending, and then we blend. When this is ready, we'll pour it out into a bowl. We put this aside. Then we'll start making our chicken and beef stew, and to my hot pot I'll be adding some sunflower oil, then gently we'll start adding the chicken inside the hot oil to fry, as well as the beef. So our stock, our chicken and the beef will be going into this oil to fry. And why it's essential to fry this beef or chicken is so that your stew can last longer if you don't freeze it. Because if you don't fry them well, they have tendency to get bad, and they get all gooey and drawy, and it will make the stew to turn sour. So we fry our chicken and beef together in the pot and allow it to fry dry. I just cover this a little bit so it can fry properly. I'll check on the chicken and the beef again, see how well it is fried. At this point, I decided to bring out our chicken and beef as it filled up the whole pot. And if I want to start frying my tomato concentrate, I wouldn't have enough space to make the stew and for things to, just for me to work around. That was why I decided to bring out some chicken and beef in a separate bowl to enable me cook more efficiently. So the rest of the chicken and beef are here in the pot. I'll pour in the ones I removed in a bowl when the stew is far gone, but I just wanted to make out some space to be able to start putting in our tomato concentrate and our blended tomatoes. To the hot pot, to the chicken, I just added some chopped red onions. I'll stir this together. Right now I'm also adding some tomato concentrate, and this is what helps the stew to come together as well as give it the red color. Stir this together. Right now I'm adding the rest of the meat that I removed earlier. Stir everything together. I'll then put in our pureed Guajillo Scotch bonnet pepper and onions, as well as the blended tomatoes, red bell peppers, and garlic cloves. Stir this together. The tomatoes appear high right now, but by the time they start to boil or to fry out, the water will evaporate and then the tomato will cook down, so don't worry about it. Let's check on the stew, how it's going. And it's looking great. And mind you, whenever you want to stir your stew, please reduce your heat to the barest minimum, or you turn off your heat completely, or you take out the hot pot from the heat. Either of these three, because our Nigerian stews splash a lot, and if you don't do that, you just be having a very messy kitchen. Also, in one of my coming videos, I'll show you my secret on how to maintain a clean workspace even when you're cooking dishes like this. Stir this again just to check on it and be sure that it's not burning and sticking to the bottom of the pot. And when I know that our tomato is ready, or it's ready to put in the next thing, or the stock or the spices and the seasoning, it's when you see the oil starting to float on the top. You can see me wiping my table with a wet napkin or a wet towel. That is one of my secrets to maintaining a clean work surface whenever I'm cooking. So at this point, to start getting ready the seasoning and the spices that I'll add to the stew, And when we know that this is ready is when you start to see some oil float on the top. That means that the tomato has fried down very, very well, and it doesn't look very raw. I'll add in some salt, add in some thyme leaves, mixed spice, and a chicken spice. Stir this together. Then I'll add in a jumbo seasoning cube to the stew, and this balances out the flavor of the stew. Stir this together. You see the stew is a lot thicker and it looks darker, and you can see the oil has fried down, or the tomato has fried down, and you are beginning to see a little bit of the oil on the surface. So this is what you want your stew to look like before you put in the stock finally. I'll then add in my stock, stir together. And we'll just cover this just to steam a little bit, and our stew will be ready. It's that simple. Oh great, that looks amazing. Fantastic stew. See how great that looks? Depending on how you like your stew, if you like it watery, you can add more chicken and beef stock in it. If not, you can just leave it like this. Or if you like it very thick, the only thing is that you thin out your stew, your tomato stew, with the stock. If you want it lighter, you put more chicken stock. If you want it thicker, use a lesser chicken stock. You see how easy that was? Do give this video a thumbs up. You see the red beauty of the stew. Everything is on point and it looks super, super yummy. Hi guys! So I have finished making the wonderful stew and it looks super gorgeous. What we had to do was just to prep our chicken and the beef, which I cooked. And after I cooked that, I now made the sauce of the stew, and it has turned out so super gorgeous. You can see that. I have my chicken and I have my beef. I haven't made some rice. This is wow. So I haven't made some rice yet, but I'll make either some rice or boil some yam, or even just make it with pasta, whatever you prefer. As for the ingredients, you can skip out on the Guajillo Chili pods if you don't have that. Just use your red bell peppers, or if you don't want red bell peppers, just feel free to use tomatoes, fresh tomatoes and fresh peppers with your tomato concentrate, and it will still come out very nice. For the spices, you can use any spice of your choice. Just use what works for you. And thanks for watching, guys. Now allow me to enjoy this. When you make this, don't forget to share how yours turns out and tell me what you did or what you did differently, because I'd love to hear from you. Thanks guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Ciao.